What's up, y'all? This is Jock from Cool Movie Reviews, and today I'm reviewing Bel-Air. Not the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but Bel-Air. Was it good? Was it worth the hype? I don't know. You got to stay tuned and find out. All right, guys. Like I said, we're reviewing Bel-Air. And if anybody doesn't know what Bel-Air is, let's rewind, okay? I'm not going to say a reboot, but it is like a soft reboot from our original beloved 90s sitcom, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that started Will Smith. And that show kind of propelled Will Smith into stardom, okay? And if you haven't seen Bel-Air, I don't know where you've been at. You might have been hiding under a rock. My 8-year-old daughter has watched the whole season of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, so please, if you, for some reason hasn't seen it, please go back and see it. But anyway, this is an offshoot of that, and this actually stars Jabari Banks as Will Smith, Coco Jones as Hillary Banks, Cassandra Freeman as Vivian Banks, Adrian Holmes as Philip Banks, and Akbar as Ashley Banks, and Ola as Carlton. Great cast. My initial reactions, and I want to just get into this real quick. I'm not a fan of remakes or reboots, right? Things that have been done before or things that have been created before. There's nothing original no more when it comes to movies or shows. So I was kind of skeptical of when I first seen the actual initial trailer, because how this whole show got popularized and popped off was because the producer ended up making a trailer on YouTube, and I think it's happened about 2 or 3 years ago, and Will Smith caught up wind of it, and he liked it. Now, Will Smith, I think, is an executive producer on this, so it was good to have his input as an OG cast member from the original Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and to try to capture that magic. Now, let me get into the vibe of this show. The vibe of this show is, think about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and all the sad moments, the moments that hit you. For example, when Will Smith's dad came into his life and then abruptly left, right? And he had that moment with Uncle Phil where he cried and Uncle Phil embraced him and everything. Imagine that times 10, okay? This sitcom or this show has a dark undertone to it, right? And I think that's what I liked about it. Now, you know the original song, everybody knows the theme song from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Well, he took that theme song, and I like what Will Smith did, and he made it. The first episode was almost that to a T. When we listened to that theme song in Fresh Prince, we never got that initial interaction of why Will had to go to Bel-Air, California, right? You just know, okay, he got in a fight, and his mom got scared, sent him to live with his uncle and auntie in Bel-Air, right? We know that. But what led up to that? In Bel-Air, that they actually give you that interaction. Now, what I want to do, this is going to be a non-spoiler review, because if everybody hasn't seen Bel-Air before, I want you to at least get the experience of seeing Bel-Air. So this is a non-spoiler review, but it's 10 episodes. Like I said, the vibe is a dark undertone that I like, and I like the seriousness that they took with this particular show. It has real world implications of it's just everything like how it is in the real world. Take a bunch of hipsters and put it in that particular sitcom, and you got Bel-Air, right? Jabari Banks as Will Smith. Did he capture the magic? Did he capture the charisma, the funny undertones, the movement of Will Smith in the original Fresh Prince? Yes, he did. This was perfect casting, right? To the T, he almost looked like he can be one of Will Smith's sons, right? Jabari Banks is a great actor. He's an up-and-coming actor, so I don't know what else he's played in, but kid, you got something coming, bro. You keep doing what you're doing. He captured that Philly swag, because if you know anything about Philly, they have a certain swag to them. He captured the actual Will Smith swag and some of his movements, some of his voice inflection, some of the things that Will did in the old show. He captured it in the new show. So salute to you, my man. You killed the game. And let's just talk about the cast, period. The cast, I love this cast. Now, we know there was beef. If you don't know about the original Fresh Prince, there was beef with the original Vivian Banks, right? The original Vivian Banks was dark skinned, and I forgot the sister that played her, but her and Will Smith never got along, okay? So they ended up replacing that Vivian with another Vivian, and that's the Vivian that we continue to see throughout the 90s, right? Throughout the show when it ended. But what I like about this Vivian is she has grace, she has style, she has swag, she's elegant, she's on the level of Uncle Phil, and I think Uncle Phil is running for a district attorney in this particular show, so he's having to maintain an image, maintain a certain style. So every from Uncle Phil to Aunt Viv to Hillary, and I'll get on Hillary in a minute, to Ashley, they all had swag about them. Okay, so I talked about Will, I talked about Vivian. Let's talk about Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil is not your typical Uncle Phil. Now we know in Fresh Prince, Uncle Phil was kind of on the chunky side, right? Bald. He was a lawyer. He was a judge, Judge Philip Banks. Well, in this particular show, he's running for district attorney, and he's a brother that is an alpha man. So shout out to my boy Lorenzo. He's a all day. So he's an alpha man. He upholds this image of, hey, we're a prestige family. Don't make me look bad in front of my constituents and my people that are trying I'm trying to get the vote. But the ironic part about it is it has an undertone of today. So no, we know today a lot of people in our age group is not big voters, right? So Uncle Phil is having to get into the neighborhood and try to get the black vote. And so, like I said, it's not really a big spoiler, but that's the gist of him, right? Also, he's done something for Will that helped Will get out of the situation that he did. And I'm not going to spoil it. You just need to watch the show. Like I said, go check the show out. It all happened in episode 1. So shout out to Uncle Phil for that. But it could jeopardize his chances of running for attorney general. But like I said, watch the show. You'll see what I'm saying. Coco Jones. I'll talk about Hillary Banks, okay? Hillary Banks. So what they did with Hillary. Hillary is not the ditzy Hillary that from the Fresh Prince. You know, Hillary was, yeah, Dad, yeah, $20, yeah, you check it out. All right, so that's the Hillary that we know, right? This Hillary, she's a social media influencer, and she has some brains about it. She's very smart sister. And she's pretty too. So shout out to Coco Jones. I like Coco Jones as an actress. But she played Hillary very well. I like that casting. And like I said, watch the show. You'll see what I'm saying. Jeff, Jazz. All right, we all know that's the opposite of Will Smith. Jazz, man. Jazz, shout out to Jazz. He was not the typical Jazz as we've seen in the Fresh Prince. He has a lot more style to him, a lot more swag. He's smart. He's not the ditzy, dumb Jazz that they made him out to be when he was in the Fresh Prince. So shout out to him. And look, Ashley Banks, she has a twist to her. So she has a little surprise twist, but it kind of goes with what happens in today's world. And in the acting, you don't get to see a lot of Ashley in this season, so just keep that in mind. She has like 1 or 2 episodes that are dedicated to her, but if you're looking to go in here and say, hey, what's Ashley doing? Don't look for it too much. And I think that was kind of how it was in the original series, and she started growing, and the series started growing, and she started getting more shine and more episodes dedicated to her. So shout out to her. But I got to talk about my man Jeffrey. Jeffrey's a gangster in this, okay? Just know that. He's a gangster. Jeffrey plays no games, okay? Guys, Jeffrey is about that life, okay? I'm just going to leave it at that. But what they did for Jeffrey, him and Uncle Phil are, I think, they're really good friends. So Jeffrey decided to work for Uncle Phil. So, like I said, watch the show. You're not going to be disappointed. Let me see. Oh, Will's love interest is Lisa. Okay, now we know in the original Fresh Prince, we know who Lisa was, and they ended up working out. But in this particular Bel-Air sitcom or show, him and Lisa it was Carlton's girl, but of course Will took her from Carlton. So, like I said, watch the show. And last but least, let's talk about Carlton. Carlton in the first maybe 4 episodes, I couldn't stand dude, okay? Shout out to you, bro. Ola, shout out to you. You sold that role to the T. If you haven't, like I said, he is very, 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 I'm trying to put this in the right way. he did his job, okay, and you can tell that he's the rich boy, he's the prestige kid, and he's the man of his school. He's the guy. He's the Will Smith of his school. And when Will came, there's a lot of clash in there. Also, he does some things in this show that I'm like, wow, y'all really went there. Okay, you gonna do that? Do that. Okay. I'm like, all right. So, but throughout the episodes, he kind of has a redemption to him. So, like I said, watch the show. You'll see what I'm saying. And like I said, I don't want to give any spoilers. I'll give probably a spoilers review after maybe. I'll maybe give a spoiler review. But man, like I said, Carlton killed it. He killed it. Now, those are the things that I like, and that's the cast. Little things that I liked about the cast. Let's get into some things I didn't like. Like I said, the relationship between Will and Lisa. It became a little bit too much from time to time. And what I mean by a little bit too much is almost like doing dumb things, and you falling head over heels for somebody that fast. It's weird, man. You'll see what I'm saying when you see it. And then another complaint, some of the episodes drug a little bit, right? I know you got side stories. I know you got this, but some of the episodes did drag a little bit. But it's not a real big complaint. So you'll really, really like it. Also, Aunt Viv has a dilemma in this show, and I'll just say this: it's with her marriage. So I'm really trying to keep this a non-spoiler review as possible, but you'll see what I'm saying. And the guy that she almost got down with, he's in every movie that you'll see, but you'll see what I'm saying. Just watch the show. So my overall thoughts of Bel-Air: should you see it? Should you watch it? Should you not waste your time? Yes, check it out. You must see it. Check it out. It's a real good show. I underestimated the executive producer. I underestimated the producer. I underestimated just it all. And it just teaches me a lesson, like just going in with an open mind and see how it would be. I thought it would be corny, but it wasn't. It was actually pretty good. So shout out to Will Smith, man, and having his input in there and having this show push. I know with the situation with him and the slap, I don't know if season 2 is in works. I don't know if there will be a season 2, so just stand by. But I do recommend you watch season 1 because you will not be disappointed. But anyway, guys, this is Jock from Cool Movie Reviews. And once again, thank you for watching the video. Like, share, and subscribe. And soon I will have an Instagram and a Twitter account. So just be on the lookout for that. But guys, hey, once again, thank you for watching the video. And I'm out. Peace.